Air pollution is an invisible killer. It's shortening thousands of lives every year, as well as permanently damaging the health of our children. It's also a social justice issue, with the poorest Londoners living in the areas most badly affected by toxic air.
In London, we think that somewhere around 3,000 or 4,000 people are dying each year because of the quality of the air that they breathe.
The largest individual source of air pollution in London is from road transport, so that's from vehicles like buses, coaches, lorries, cars. In addition to CO2 emissions that play a key role in the climate emergency, there are two pollutants of concern. One, nitrogen dioxide, which can impact the growth and development of children's lungs, and the second, which is particulate matter, which can exacerbate asthma and can also cause cancer.
In April 2019, we launched the world's first 24-hour ultra-low emission zone, or the ULEZ as we call it.
What it requires is vehicles to meet a minimum emission standard, otherwise they will have to pay a daily charge. That's £12.50 for a car, around $17 a day if you don't meet the required emission standards. This is part of a wider package of measures. So we've cleaned up the bus fleet. We've also put in place strict new requirements for newly licensed taxis to reduce their emissions. And overall, we also want to make sure that we're encouraging more walking and cycling. And we've got a goal that over the next 20 years, by 2041, we want to ensure that over 80% of all the trips in London are walked, cycled, or use public transport.
And so really the ultra-low emission zone is about making those that pollute have to pay. And then the money that's raised from that, which is fairly substantial, can then be put back into improving community amenities.
We've introduced a vehicle checker, so people can check to see whether their vehicles are going to be compliant, and if not, they have time then to change them. The Mayor has brought in a series of scrappage schemes, giving them some financial help, and then lots of information and campaigns, and these have really helped change people's minds, and that's, I think, what's really important.
The Central London Ultra Low Emission Zone will be expanded in October this year, and the new area will be 18 times the size of the existing Central London zone. Not only will the expansion have air quality benefits, it's also going to help reduce carbon emissions and help address the climate emergency in London. In the expanded zone, we know that 4 out of 5 vehicles travelling through the zone are already compliant with ULEZ. In the future, we'd expect that all of them will be compliant, and people will be travelling using active travel, walking and cycling, and more sustainable modes like buses and trains. And we'll have a cleaner, brighter future in London.
So often individuals can't do much about their own exposure to air pollution, so we need these kind of citywide, government-backed initiatives to make positive changes. We deserve to live in cities and places where we can breathe clean air.
And one of the most important things going forward is to ensure that the policies and actions that we do on air pollution and climate change work together. We need to do this critically for our future and for the future of our children.